We're learning that a fire at the Florida mosque where Pulse nightclub shooter Omar Mateen once prayed was deliberately set. That's according to investigators who also released this surveillance video. It shows a person approaching the Islamic Center in Fort Pierce moments before the fire started. The building was unoccupied at the time. The Council on American Islamic Relations, or CAIR, held a press conference addressing Mateen's relationship with the mosque.
Omar Mateen did attend this mosque. We have told the press he was not a regular attendant in the mosque. In the past year, he probably, before the Orlando shooting, probably came here twice. Their family were a regular attendance, but himself, he came here. It could be. The intention is real hate, because coming to set up a worship center on fire on September 11, close to midnight, and leaving in a motorcycle, it just shows that there's no other intent other than create harm and terrorize the Muslim community.
CBS News Justice reporter Paula Reid has been following the story out of Washington. Paula, what's the latest with the investigation?
Investigators continue to search for their man. Now, they've released video and stills of this suspect, and they're reluctant at this point to come out and say that they know this was a hate crime until they actually arrest this individual, talk to him, talk to his acquaintances, search social media, and get a sense of why he set this fire. They really can't label it a hate crime. But investigators tell me, they said, look at all the factors here. Look at the history of this mosque. Look at its association with Omar Mateen and the fact that it was 9/11. Signs certainly point in that direction.
Now, if the suspect is identified, what kind of charges could he face? Arson, potential hate crime, is that it, or could it go beyond that?
Exactly. In the state of Florida, you could certainly be charged with arson. And then if you can get in sort of to his intent and get some evidence that he targeted this mosque specifically to target this religious community for some ill intent, to terrorize them, to threaten them, to retaliate, then you could potentially charge a hate crime. You could do it two different ways. You could do it at the state level, which it means he could potentially get a much worse penalty if convicted of arson. Or you can charge him at the federal level. The federal hate crime laws are harsh, they're expansive, and you face up to 10 years in prison if convicted.
And in this day and age, it seems that suspects always leave a trail of commentary somewhere on the internet about just what they were thinking before they did what they did. Now, when it comes to the case of this mosque itself, it's not the first time there's been trouble there. A few weeks after the Pulse nightclub shooting, a man was beaten up outside the building. So is the mosque now considering extra safety measures or anything else to change its policies to protect worshipers?
There have been calls for extra safety measures for weeks now. Muslim advocacy groups have called for extra security for this mosque in particular, first after the Pulse nightclub shooting and then after that incident you just referenced. Now, today at a press conference, investigators were asked about this, and they said the FBI, the sheriff's office, they're going to be on the scene, securing the scene as a crime scene, so it'll be very secure. But of course, they know their targets. This mosque released a statement after that man was beaten saying there are people who will try to punish us, who will take action, take us as targets in retaliation for other things we had nothing to do with. They urge the community members to be vigilant. So as this mosque continues to be a target, they will certainly have more security concerns, and it remains to be seen after all the feds, after all the local investigators leave, whether or not they will take action to beef up security.
Justice reporter Paula Reid following this for us out of Washington. Paula, thank you.